Hey guys, I'm Melissa. I am a registered dietitian and welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about some of my favorite healthy foods and kind of the staple healthy foods that I always keep in my house, whether it be the pantry or the fridge or the freezer. And if you're trying to create some healthier habits and stick to your diet, then maybe this will help you in some way next time you go to the grocery store, so that maybe you can keep these foods in mind when you are thinking about what kind of food you want to have in your house. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first kind of healthy staple that I keep in my house is a good quality, good ingredient protein bar. So for me, my favorite is RX bars. They just have really good ingredients in them. There's nothing like weird and chemically in them. So I really enjoy these. Plus they actually fill me up and they're a great thing to take with me if I think I'm gonna have a long shift at work. And a good thing to just kind of have as a healthy snack and not really have to think about it. So that is something I definitely always keep in my pantry. The next thing that I always have in my pantry is some sort of healthy prepackaged meal. So for me, that's one of two things, and I honestly normally have both of these things. First of all is soup. I've said it in a ton of my videos, but I'm a huge soup person. I could eat soup all day, every day, and whether it's hot, whether it's cold, I don't care. I love soup. So I always have a good soup in my pantry. Now, some soups are not the healthiest, like cream-based soups and super high sodium soups. I have found that Amy's, well, it is a little more expensive. They have really good quality soups with great ingredients in them. This is the lentil vegetable soup, and literally all that's in it is like normal ingredients, like water, onions, carrots, celery, lentils, potatoes, green bean. They're really good quality soups. And yeah, so I pretty much always have one or two of these in my pantry. The other thing that I keep in my pantry, if I'm not in the mood for soup, maybe in the mood for something a little more hearty, is I love the Trader Joe's Indian fare meals. So this is the J per vegetables. I also really enjoy the Madras lentils. And again, these are something that's super easy. Don't really have to think about it. Soup, you just throw in a pot and put on the stove for a couple minutes. These you can just throw in the microwave for a couple minutes, and they're something that is going to fill you up, provide a meal for you, but also be healthy and nourish your body as well. And you don't have to think about them. Now, something that is always in my fridge is a big container of spinach. Or just greens in general. If you're not a spinach person and you're more of a kale person or more of a just regular lettuce person, that's totally fine. But I always have spinach in my fridge. You can just do so much with it and it's so good for you. I throw a huge handful of these in my smoothies every morning. If I'm having like a veggie burger for lunch, I can eat it on a bed of spinach. You can make a salad out of it. You can saute it, put it in omelets. There's just so much that you could do with this, and I always use up this entire thing before it goes bad. And again, it's just a really good thing to just keep in your fridge to add some really healthy nutrients, some vegetables, greens to whatever you might be eating. I also think it's important to keep some sort of healthy meal in your freezer. So for me, my favorite thing to keep in my freezer is salmon. And I keep two different kinds of salmon in my freezer for the most part, and that is these wild Alaskan pre-seasoned salmons from Costco. These are really good. They're really great for just an easy weeknight meal where you can just throw these in the oven, throw some vegetables on a frying pan or in the oven, and there you go, you have a healthy meal. The other kind of salmon I like to keep in my freezer is these salmon burgers, which are also from Costco. Again, they just make a really easy meal. I tend to have these more for lunch than dinner, but kind of the same thing. I can just get home from a long shift at work, throw one of these on a frying pan for 5 minutes, cook up some veggies really quickly, and I automatically have a really healthy lunch that took me like 5 minutes to make. Didn't really have to think about it. So again, these are a really great thing to just keep in the freezer for whenever you might need it. And the final thing that I think is important to keep in your house, keep in your pantry, is some sort of healthy sweet treat. So, I mean, I think pretty much everyone has a sweet tooth. I know some people say they don't, but I think they might be lying. but I know I have a major sweet tooth, so keeping something that is a little bit sweet but also healthy in my house is really important for me, so that I don't like go buy ice cream or cookies on a whim because I really want something sweet. So for me, that healthy something is these dark chocolate almonds from Trader Joe's. These are the sea salt and turbinado sugar ones. They're so good, and just having like 4 or 5 of these after my dinner satisfies my sweet tooth, and it's still pretty healthy. So keeping something like this, whether it be these, whether it be like just regular dark chocolate almonds, frozen chocolate covered bananas or strawberries, or whatever it is that can satisfy your sweet tooth and still be somewhat healthy, I think is a really great thing to keep in the house so that you aren't reaching for much less healthy things to satisfy your sweet tooth. All right, and those are the 5 staple items that I keep in my house all the time, all of which are really healthy for the most part. And they just make it so much easier when you might be crunched for time or not really know what to cook, because having those things in your house all the time means you just really don't have to think about it if you get into that situation. So I hope this helped. I hope that you maybe think about this next time you go grocery shopping. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.